Hey everyone, it's Mr. Kabbalah. This is going to be Unit 10, Lesson 8 from eMath Instruction on Area of Polygons. Hopefully this is a help.
Be Unit number 10, Lesson number 3, Area of Polygons. So determine the area of the following right triangle in squares, centimeters. Show your measurements and calculations. So if you measure in centimeters, and make sure you're in centimeters, you got 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters. The area of a triangle is, and there's a bunch of formulas you could use. Half times the base times the height is typically what we use, or half times length times width, or base times height divided by 2, any of those. So in this case, it's going to be half times 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48, divided by 2 is 24. So 24 square centimeters. For number 2, a rectangle has a length that is 4 inches longer than its width. All right, so let's draw a rectangle. So the length is 4 inches. So let's call this the width. The length would be 4 inches longer than that, so W plus 4. Its perimeter is 36. Which of the following is its area? So we could actually, what we can do is do W, this side, plus this side, W plus 4, and then do that again for the other two sides. All right, I know that's kind of, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 W's, and then 8, and that would represent the perimeter, which is 36. If we solve that, 4W equals 28. That's going to tell us that the width is 7, and that this would be 11 because it's the width plus 4. So what would the area be? 7 times 11 is 77. For number 3, some of us, I know in my class, we didn't exactly get to trigonometry, so you might not be able to do this one. If you did, here's angle 32 degrees. In order to find the area of a triangle, you need its base and height. So we actually need this side here. If you take a look, x and 18 in terms of the triangle would be the opposite side, or opposite the 32 degree angle, and then adjacent to the 32 degree angle. This, of course, would be the hypotenuse. So if we have the opposite and adjacent side, we're dealing with tangent. So we have the tan of 32 is x over 18. And actually, already right there, the only one that deals with tangent is number 2. I mean, we could go on and I guess maybe I should, but to save a little time, the only one that deals with tangent is number 2. Okay, number 4. A triangle plotted in the coordinate plane has vertices at 2, 3, square root of 15, 3, and 4, 8. So if you were to kind of plot this out, 2, 3 would be 2, 3. The square root of 15 would be like almost near 4, but then also at 3. And then 4, 8 would be 1, 2, 3. Where did I say this was almost 4? So a little bit, and then 8. So what I guess what we're trying to do here is which one is about. So let's find the distance from, so if these are both at 3, from 2 to the square root of 15, on my calculator, which I'm going to get out, so I'm going to do square root of 15 minus 2. So that bottom has a distance of about 1.87-ish. All right, and then from 3 up to 8 is about 5. So again, I'm dealing with the closest to. So if I do 1.87 times 5 and then divide by 2, I get 4.682, which is close to choice number 1. All right, parallelogram ABCD is shown. AD is 10. It says that side length of 8 for the square. We need A, B, C, D in square centimeters. Show how you arrive. So let's take care of first this square. The area of that would be 8 times 8, which is 64. All right, now let's deal with the triangle. All right, in order to calculate the area of a triangle, we need its base and height. We have its height, which is 8. To get this down here, the base, we'd have to use the Pythagorean theorem because this is a right triangle. We'd actually have to end up doing 10 squared minus 8 squared. We get 36. The square root of 36 is 6. Or if you remember Pythagorean triples, 3, 4, 5 times 2 is 6, 8, 10. So you could also do that. Now, the area of this would be 6 times 8, which is 48, divided by 2, which is 24. This would also be 24. So all together, we would have 64, 24, and 24. That's 112 square centimeters. And then number 6, I plotted A, B, C, D already. It says calculate the slopes of all 4 sides. So let's start with AB. So A is negative 5, 2. B is 7, 6. So this is up 12. This is up 4. So this has a slope of 12 over 4, which is 3. Side BC. So B is 7, 6. C is at 9, 0. So this is up 2. This is down 6. 2 over negative 6 reduces to negative 1/3. Now we could spend the time to do the other sides, but it does tell us it's a, I guess we prove that it's a rectangle. So I guess we do have to do the other two. AD, I'll do up here. A is negative 5, comma 2, and D is negative 3, negative 4. This is up 2, down 6. That also reduces to negative 1/3. And then which one do I have to do? CD. So CD. C is at 9, 0. And D is at negative 3, negative 4. This is down 12. This is down 4. Negative 12 over negative 4 is 3. So how does this prove that it's a rectangle? Well, the opposite two sides. So let me pick this up here. Give it a second. Maybe. There we go. Right here and here, they both have a slope of 3, which means that they're parallel. All right. This one here and this one here have the same slope. So those two are parallel. And then not only that, but 3 compared to negative 1/3, they're negative reciprocals. So negative reciprocal slope implies that they are perpendicular. Okay, so that makes that a rectangle. Now, I would, if I want to prove a rectangle, just show that the diagonals have the same midpoint and are the same length, but hey, let's move on. Letter B, determine the lengths of the base and height of this rectangle in simplest radical form. So most of the work is done for us. CD is negative 12, negative 4. So I'm going to use negative 12, negative 4 in the Pythagorean theorem. So negative 12 squared plus negative 4 squared, that's 144 plus 16. And that is 160, I believe. Yep. And then we take the square root of that. Now it's a simplest radical form, so let's see here. That's 10 times 16, so 4 radical 10. All right, the other side, so the height, I'm going to use AD. So I'm going to use this 2 and this negative 6. 2 squared plus negative 6 squared. That's 4 plus 36. That's 40. So the square root of 40. So that's 2 radical 10 in simplest radical form. And then finally, find the area. So it would be base times height. So it would be 4 radical 10 times 2 radical 10. 4 times 2 is 8. Radical 10 times radical 10 is 10. So that's 80. And I don't think it gave us units, so square units. Okay. Hopefully that's a help. Hopefully see you soon.